I wonder if we're going to get anybody but us.
Steve is still sending emails, so that's happening. I do not know if there's an obvious way for us to reach out for people.
Other than the list, no. Here comes Steve.
Excellent. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Test 1, test 2.
You hear us okay, Steve?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. I completely forgot. And then I got the reminder.
The cool people are here.
Give it a couple more minutes to see if anybody else joins. This might be it. I got regrets from Jerome already.
Yeah. Yesterday was a U.S. holiday. But I think Dave may be the only other person who would have been observing that.
Steve, I guess while we're waiting, if you've not looked at the minutes that got uploaded from the last minute, a nod from somebody that they look okay would be helpful.
Yes. Let me check. Is it the link in the notes page?
Yeah. There's a section that says previous meeting minutes. There's a link.
Yeah, but it says the page you're looking for couldn't be found.
Good.
We know how to fix that.
Yes. Maybe a slash missing somewhere. Like
CELLAR 2005 minutes.
it seems the date is incorrect.
Yeah, it should look like that.
No, I'll put it in the chat. Yes, same one. And the one in the notes, so maybe I'm in the wrong notes.
No, you're in the right notes. I don't know why it's messed up, but I will fix it.
There was 2 meetings in April, and that's the previous one, or maybe a previous date. Yes, it was the previous one.
Yeah, but there should be minutes for that one. I don't know why there aren't. But I fixed it in this set
Yeah.
of notes.
Okay.
We're almost 10 minutes in, so I think this is who we're going to get. We can probably make a
Yes.
call. Steve, it's basically going to be Steve and Spencer talking about what they've been emailing.
Yeah, we don't even have that much to talk, I think.
We should at least do the note well
Yes.
observation, reminding ourselves that this is an IETF activity and the contributions are covered by the note well, as we put in the draft. We are working on the previous meeting minutes, getting that to pop up someplace, right?
Yep, should be done.
Cool. So we're just waiting for that to percolate, or is
No.
is it?
I committed that already. Right.
Okay. So we should be able to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. And we inviting Steve to say whether he has any comments,
No,
should,
I don't know. It's fine. I glanced through it and it seems fine.
so we can put that in as approved. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. That gets us to our working group documents, which gets us pretty quickly to CELLAR tags. We have confirmed, we have ended working group last call for this draft. Steve, thank you for providing additional implementations for that. That's always helpful. And you've confirmed no undisclosed IPR disclosures. We just need to get the same from Moritz and from Dave. I sent an email earlier today with a couple things on the Shepherd write-up that I wanted to bring up on the call. Do you have a copy of that in front of you, or is it helpful for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I just saw it before the meeting, or
okay.
During when I started.
Okay. So I have almost everything that I need for the Shepherd write-up. I did have a question. So the question. So we've got RC 3339 as a reference that's not actually used in the text. What what I'm remembering is that this is a profile of the ISO spec, so which we do reference. It's the right thing to do to just include both of those references as in the line that explains that this is what we are doing is similar to the ISO format.
That's what the RSC editor would do to you. It'd be better to do it now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So.
Hold on. So that's RFC 3339 you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm putting this in the notes as we go.
What is strange is that if I look in the text, I don't see mention of it. I see it in the reference at the end.
Yes, that's the issue exactly.
Okay, I don't, because that's weird, or maybe not. Yeah, it's weird because that's generated from the, and what's even, yeah, I have to look. It's probably in the XML or the
Yeah.
markdown that has the, no, it's actually an XML, I think.
Yeah. Sure.
It's probably left in there, and for some reason it's not used at all. So it should be removed from the XML.
Well, maybe. Um,
Tell us what the right answer is.
if
I
what I
want to
was hearing
double
is
check because it's a non-normative reference compared to the others. And
what I'm hearing is that we've got an informative reference to the ISO spec somewhere that this is.
Yeah. Yes.
So wherever that reference is, at least one of them should also just have the reference to that RSC right next to it.
Yeah. We could. So
I'm
so.
looking in the markdown that has the actual XML data with all the extra reference we use, and I don't see that one. So I don't even know where it's coming from.
So
Okay.
basically that.
Hold on, I'm trying to log into GitHub. Okay, I see it in the text. And for some reason, I couldn't find it in the... Yeah, that's strange. It doesn't appear in the text, but it's in the source file. Okay. Okay, so what is your question?
So so that one and the other one, there is a, what was it? So I clicked on the reference for ISBN, and that's pointing to something called an ISBN user's manual. I clicked on that, and that did not seem super helpful immediately. And my question is, do you have to log in to see more than just a description of what the International ISBN agency is? Let me just briefly, but that
Okay.
this is what I got. Okay, so
yeah, that's strange. Maybe we could go to an upper level. I don't remember particularly what we used that URL. It dates from 2020. It was added without any, or actually, it used to be the plain, just the domain name. And for some reason, it was changed with that extra pass, but I don't know why.
So the reason that this will matter, and everyone correct me if I'm wrong, of course, is that the implementers will want to be able to retrieve the references that we have in the document, and I believe that looking at the write-up, that is a normative reference. So they will want it to be freely available for some value of the word freely, but right now I'm not seeing it available.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I thought the registry of all the ISBN probably, I mean, everything that's published with an ISBN number was freely available. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, well, I just don't know what the reference is actually doing in the draft, which
Why it's if you want to tag something and that information is available as ISBN and you give the number. I don't know if it's a number, but in the format of ISBN. Yes, I mean, technically we're supposed to, like, for example, if you look below the barcode, we have or maybe it's not below now, but the barcode, we have a link to the
right,
more generic specification.
yeah, and
Like
that one
formats of the data, not what you use them for, but how they're supposed to look like, I think.
yeah.
And for ISBN, that's probably actually we can look at the Wayback Machine to see what used to be that URL, because that was probably a technical page, and now that URL changed, I think. So in 2020, that page. Copying the link in the chat. It's not, it's just a very simple page that has a link to a user manual, which is actually a Microsoft Word file.
Here's where it went.
So that's probably
Here's
was
the
probably
current.
the idea, to get that a link to that specification. Maybe not available. There's actually.
Hey, Steve, I just put a link into the chat. See if that is what you were trying to link to.
Yes, that's probably the newer URL we should use.
Cool.
You don't
Okay,
need
perfect.
a link to access it.
Perfect.
And it's still the same document from Word.
Can we go back to the 3339?
Yes.
Reference? So Steve,
Yes, so the weird thing is that I
there's
see
a
the reference in the
there,
markdown data.
there's a bug in the compilation of the markdown to the XML or to the
I think
text because
so.
the text says Appendix A,
Yes.
and there is no Appendix A in this document.
So that, but I mean, that could be a bug, or maybe not, because well, I don't think the tool is actually downloading the actual document to see if there's an actual appendix. It just then generates a link that's supposed to be generic, I think. Uh, but yeah, that's a bug either in the generator or it does look if there's an appendix, and if it's not, it doesn't generate it. In any case, yes, I need to look at that and fix and check why it doesn't work.
Yep.
So we're just saying we need to clean that reference up.
And the problem is that the text is there to generate it. It's just that it's not generated properly.
Yeah, I think that's what's confusing me, is that we're actually hand waving in the general direction of a specification for a similar format, but the format we're using is defined in the document. Is that right?
Yes.
So one wonders if we need to say any of this. Because we've got the format and we said it's UTC.
Yes, the thing is that neither the ISO or the RFC are exactly the format that we use. So we just explain how it's different from the common ones. Basically, it's almost the same except we have milliseconds.
Yeah, right. But we said that's actually not in Appendix A.
There is no
There
appendix.
is actually an Appendix A. It's just the link is linking to Appendix A, something like that, which is not the proper link. But if you look at the table of contents, there is a link to Appendix A, and the link works. It's just the generated link is not correct. And on top of that, it doesn't even show that it's the RFC 3339 in the text as it should do. So it's like there's two bugs. I need to check why. Probably because it's an appendix. It works. I know it works when you put sections. Maybe that's the only case where we use an appendix and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
I will
so
check that.
Steve, what appendix? There isn't an appendix.
Yes, there is. Let me just go past the link.
Formative references. I'm looking at this draft. There is no appendix in this draft.
Not in ours, in
Oh,
RC
this is in
3339.
39.
So you're trying to link to Appendix A in RFC 3339.
Yeah, except the link is bogus. It generates Appendix A, appendix or appendix dash appendix A, when the proper link is appendix dash A. And so, yeah, I think that's just a generator that's not, either I put the way to reference an appendix the incorrect way, For example, let me look at the source. Maybe it's capital A appendix, and then it will work. I don't know. I will look at that.
Okay. Let me back up one more time. So if we have Appendix A of 3339, do we need the ISO spec? If we've got this,
Now, what he's trying to say in this case is that this format does not match either of those things.
Yes.
okay, right.
That's why the text say it's similar. So that's the same idea. It looks a lot the same, except it's not the same. It's just, and that's why also it's not a normative reference, because it's not the actual format. It's just to get
Right.
an idea
Right.
of what.
Point of the sentence is to get the attention of any implementers who might have just jumped out and used either one of those specs for their date format, or a library that would expect to have used one of those specs to define their date format and say, hey, that's not going to work.
Well, it starts with the actual string format. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can be more, explain more why it's not why, but that it's not these. On the other hand, we could remove both references, and then people won't be confused, because we just give the text the literal format, but then we'll have to explain what is the Y, the M, the D, the H, M, etc., like they do. I don't know which one is better.
I think the existing text is fine if we just get the reference straightened out.
Okay.
So we're back to basically saying, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, we just need to fix the reference. So it's generated properly. Basically, I think I did the appendix because it gives you a direct link from when you have an HTML. You don't have to look for what you're looking for. You're straight into that. But if it doesn't work, we just can say RFC 339, and in the text say in section in appendix A.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd try to get it to work where the link does the right thing, but if it fights back, take that exit.
But we know what to do with this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If there's actually a bug in the generator, I can always report it to the people who do the generator.
Yeah.
First, I have to check if it's Markdown to XML or if it's XML to text.
Yes.
Or the XML to RFC tool.
And Steve, I didn't say anything about this or I didn't describe this in my email, but there are a couple of things where the lines are excessively long. But the big question is that there are some non-ASCII characters in a couple of these lines. Like in this one, EBU mode, is that's got smart quotes around it.
Oh yeah, that's because I always copy paste the title from the PDF or whatever. And
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
that probably I
Yeah,
can. That's easy to fix. For the
yeah.
GS one, it's well, there's non-ASCII. It's too long, and there's non-ASCII characters. For the lengths, apparently the link has changed, and there's a shorter link with an actual direct access to the PDF.
Hmm.
So if you change the URL, it will be shorter. And which one? So the ISO, yeah, the ISO it's too long, but like I said, I copied exactly the title. Maybe um, I don't know what's the rule for that. Uh, maybe
Robert,
maybe it doesn't cut the line properly because I think we can put very long titles. Should not matter. But I think it's because there's the long dash thingy from the
yeah,
original text that it doesn't manage to cut it properly. And maybe
Robert,
just removing that will fix it.
Robert. So IDNets. So like the thing about having lines too long, I've published documents that have lines too long because that they needed to be that long. Um, is that a meaningful nit as they go through the RFC process?
I mean, the RSC editor will work with it.
So,
So
so
they would probably also remove the long dashes, but
yeah,
Yeah, but I think if I do it, it might just work because if you look at the last example, it's the same thing. You have the long dashes, or maybe not. Maybe it's for the same line. No, it's not the same
yeah.
line, but it looks exactly the same, and probably changing just that will fix it. We'll see. For the
and it
same
could be
reason, it is
that could
the
just be a flaw in ID nets, really. If it's just saying that it's over by the width of whatever, then
Yeah.
the
usually.
byte
I
of the
don't. Yes, go
Ro-
ahead.
non-ASCII characters. So I would just move on. I don't think you
Yeah.
need to try to do anything.
Okay, cool. So that gets me down to basically we've got some cleanup work to do here, and I need to get confirmation that there are no undisclosed IPR disclosures from Maurice and Dave for this document, and then I think I think we're good to go to request publication.
So before that, should I, when I have these issues that you raise fixed, should I publish tags 17 with the fixes?
Robert, what would you suggest on that?
Repeat the question. I was busy trying to
Right now we
research
have
further
the tag
discussion.
16 document, which is
Mhm.
on last call.
Yeah.
Since we found some things to fix, and I'm going to fix them, after that, should we publish tags 17 and then do
Absolutely.
another last call again? Or it's
We
good like
don't
that?
necessarily have to do another last call. It's
Oh, no,
basically
no,
correcting
no.
things from the last call
Yeah.
feedback. So we would
Right.
just take 17 and we would move forward.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will. Okay. Cool. So that gets us CELLAR tags, CELLAR codec. we don't have Jerome on the call, and we have the one PR waiting approval for him. Is that still true?
Yes.
Okay, so so this is still true. And chapter codex is still on hold for us.
Yes, no news from the DVD thingy, but I need to see if we'll have some people going Japan to see what can be done.
Right. And
FFV1, that would be Jerome.
yeah.
And then the registering that deprecated version of Font OTF. As Stefan noted in the on the list, change control's been handed to MPEG. We'd have to take that through MPEG instead of through the IETF. Do we know anybody that's active in MPEG that could introduce a contribution?
No, I mean, if I ask around, I could find people, but people that are both MPEG and IETF, I don't know.
I don't know if it needs anybody that is actually in both, since it's just really trying to get just the IANA registration changed. But we could approach the people that Stefan pointed us at if we don't have anybody else. But if you happen to know anybody that's active, it might be easier to, and you've got a personal relationship with them, it might be easier to work that way rather than starting cold with these other people.
I do not have an active relationship with MPEG people other than Stefan.
You didn't volunteer.
I could.
I said he didn't. Stefan didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember I used to work for him, so if he didn't volunteer, I still have a nervous twitch to volunteer after he does it. So let me try this again. Would that be the right thing to do?
I mean, ping Stefan and see.
Yeah.
Cool. So at least you have we have a Stuckey. Any other business?
No, I have some work to do.
Quick question: are you using Cram Down RSC to do? You're not. You're using MMark, right?
Right.
MMark, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go dig around inside MMark's docs and see if I can help with the reference thing. But don't wait for me. If I
Yeah,
find
already.
it, I'll send you something.
Maybe we're not using the latest version, but I think I updated it not too long ago. And in the past, I looked at the code. It's written in Go. So if you want to have a look, and you know Go, I don't. In the past, I did report some bugs. I think that were fixed. So if there's an actual bug, maybe it will be fixed eventually.
Okay.
So we have anything else for this call?
Not
Not
from
from
me.
mine yet.
Steve, thank you for being here, and thank you for being super helpful. You cleaned up a lot of stuff that was on my plate. Thank you.
Okay. Fine.
And we'll talk.
Okay. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye.